Hey, what's up everyone? Today we are talking about Pegaxy. Pegaxy is a horse racing play-to-earn game where you can purchase a little Pega, a little robotic Pegasus horse thing, and then you could go and race that horse against other players online, and the people that come in first, second, and third earn money off of this game. It's a really, really fun game, and today I want to show you how to actually get into Pegaxy. Now, in order to play Pegaxy, you're going to come over to pegaxy.io, that's Pegaxy.io, and you're going to go ahead and click on Play Now. This is going to open up the Pegaxy marketplace at first, and it's going to ask you to sign in with your MetaMask wallet. Now, if you don't own a Pegaxy already, you can purchase Pegaxys with USD Tether, but you need to purchase it on the Polygon blockchain. So you need to make sure that in your MetaMask account, you actually have Polygon set up or Matic set up inside of your MetaMask account. So all transactions when you're playing will use the Polygon. So you will want to make sure that you have a little bit of Matic in your account. The transaction fees are very, very small. A couple bucks worth of Polygon or Matic, whatever you want to call it, will be enough to play the game. Now, if you want to buy a horse, you have to have USDT, but it has to be USDT on Matic. All right, so you're going to need USDT on Matic to play. Now, I'll talk about purchasing a horse towards the end of this video, and we'll get into how to get your money into Pegaxy. But first, let's talk about gameplay. All right, so let's go run a race. So if I come up over here to my assets up in the top right, you can see a couple of horses that I have in this wallet. This one right here, it says 25 out of 25 energy. That means I have 25 races I can do today. So every horse gets 25 races in about a 24-hour period. I believe different horses refresh their energy over a different amount of time, but roughly you get about 25 races a day. So let's go ahead and race Ron Weasley here. I don't know why they named her Ron Weasley. It's a female horse, but whoever breeded this horse named the horse. So Ron Weasley it is. So let's go ahead and race. If I come up here to racing, I can pick a Pega. It's going to let me select the only Pega that I have available, which right now is Ron Weasley. Ron Weasley has 25 out of 25 races. You can see that she's raced 55 races. Her career total is 17 and 38 out of 55 races for a win rate of 30.91%, which is pretty good. Anything above about a 20% win rate is pretty solid. So when you get up into 30% plus, your horse is looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and run a race with Ron Weasley and show you what this looks like. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and click start. It's gonna open up my MetaMask up here. When I do MetaMask on Polygon, I usually need to change the estimated gas fee. A lot of times it's just too slow to go through. So I'm gonna go ahead and click edit. And I always like to go click high and set it as the highest recommendation. And then let's go ahead and confirm. This is on my ledger, so I need to confirm it on my ledger down here. All right. That's confirmed, and then it should take a second for Polygon to process the transaction. It basically says move because it's moving it into the race. Lately, Polygon's been kind of slow, so this does take a minute. So let's just give it a sec here. Okay, so that probably took a good minute and a half, but we are in. It's matching me in a race right now, and we're going to race any second here, and let's see what this looks like when we actually get to race. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and sign this transaction here to say I'm ready to race. Sign it on my ledger down here. Cool, we're joining the match. Let's go. You can see I am Ron Weasley. I am the second horse down. They kind of highlighted my box here. We're seeing other horses join in, and we want first, second, or third. That's where the money is. If we get first, second, or third on this race, then we win. So watch Ron Weasley quickly falling behind over here. These races are pretty random. I don't believe that any real horses get much of a leg up. It's just kind of a random win every time. It's looking kind of weird because it's looking like I'm falling behind pretty far. I don't think I'm going to win this one. All right, so that's kind of a bummer. Maybe I'll run one more race just to see if I can show a win on here. All right, Ron, you're falling behind. Not only are we losing, it looks like we're in last place right now. You're not looking like a 30% win rate horse. Come on, female Ron Weasley. All right, so it's going to go ahead and calculate the rewards here for a second. I didn't win any rewards. You have to come in first, second, or third to win a reward. You can see first place won 105 of these Viz tokens. Second place won 44 of these Viz tokens, and third place won 26 of these Viz tokens. If you want, you can actually go and play the recording of the race. This play record here is pretty much watch the replay of the race. Looks exactly like it just did a second ago, if you're curious what that looks like. And of course, Ron Weasley came in dead last on that race. All right, let's go ahead and do one more match, see if I can get Ron Weasley another win in here. All right, so it's going to take a few seconds to try to match me with a race. It's going to have me sign up here. I got to sign it on my ledger down here. All right. And we're in the races. All right, so now I'm in the 5th position. You can see other horses piling in. I'm feeling a little bit better about Ron Weasley in this round. Come on, Ron. Come on. You got this, Ron. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Ron. Come on. Let's go. All right. Off to a slow start. Everything is always a little jumpy on this game. Obviously, the graphics aren't the greatest in the world. It's pretty much a passive, just kind of watch it and hope, let's go kind of game. We just sit back and hope that our horse wins. There's not really much we could do but watch. There's no skill involved. It's just all kind of luck of the draw. Although Ron Weasley looks like he's pulling out. All right. We're in 3rd place right now. We're in 3rd place. Let's see if we can keep this momentum going. Maybe we could pull up into 2nd. Everybody's pretty dead even. I rarely see this where there's not 1 or 2 horses like way out in front. All right, come on. Let's see. Ron. Get it together, Ron. Let's go. All right, back in 3rd. All right, let's see if we can get up into 2nd. You're close. Come on, at least stay in 3rd. Come on. Okay, we stayed in 3rd. So we earned a little bit of money on that race. So it's going to go ahead and calculate the rewards, and in a second, you'll see what we earned from this prize pool of 175 Viz up here. All right, so we came in 3rd, Ron Weasley. We earned 26 Viz tokens. All right, so if I come up here to my assets and I click on my profit, you could see this is how much Viz I have claimable right now. I have 2,384.5, which just kind of went up because I just won that last race, or I came in 3rd in that last race. Now, I do want to point out that running these races is kind of a grind. I just ran 2 out of 25 races today. And that is kind of a lot of work. If you want to run all 25 races, it's probably going to take you a good hour and a half to run all of your races. So what's the answer to that? What if I want to keep my horse racing and I want to keep it making money every single day, but I don't want to sit here and click 25 times and sign my ledger 25 times and go through this whole process over and over and over again? What do? Well, Pegaxy has this really, really cool mechanism where I can go and take Ron Weasley here. I'm going to go ahead and take Ron Weasley back into my possession, take him out of the race here, sign this little MetaMask transaction. Once again, I'm going to come up here and you can see how the recommended number is saying maybe in 30 seconds. So I want to come up here and do the high recommendation and we'll save that. That should make it process a little bit faster. We're talking like pennies here. So this is barely any transaction fee. All right, going to go ahead and confirm this on my ledger down here. And we'll just wait a second for it to take back. And when it takes back, there's this really, really cool mechanism where we can allow other people to race for us and we split the profits. And so that's my main game plan with Pegaxy. My main game here is I buy up Pegaxys and then I lend them out, let other people race my Pegaxys, and then I can earn on a whole bunch of Pegaxys throughout the day because other people are racing them for me. All right, so I've got my Pegaxy back in my possession now, and you can see down here, there's 2 options. You can rent out to race, or you can rent out to breed. We'll talk about breeding here in a second, but what I want to do with this horse is I want to rent it out to race. I want to allow other people to go and use my horse. So the first thing I need to do is I need to approve this Pega. I need to approve it to be used by others here. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and up the priority here on Polygon, just to keep it running smooth. Got to confirm it down on my ledger. All right, that's confirmed. So now we're going to go ahead and let it approve that. Okay, so now we can actually list it out to rent. So the way I like to do it is there's actually 2 ways. You could say pay a rent fee, and you could charge them an actual dollar amount to rent per day, and you can allow them to have it for a certain amount of days, and then it doesn't matter how much they race it. They can race it however they want. You just get that rental fee. The way I like to do it is I like to do a percentage of the earnings. So I like to set mine at 15% to the renter. So the person running my horse for me earns 15% for running my horse for me, and I earn 85 for lending out the horse. So that's how I like to do the split. You can experiment with different splits if you want. If you know somebody that you want to lend the horse to directly, you can actually come over to direct, enter their Polygon address here and rent it directly to them. but I like to just do it to the public, let anybody pick up my horse up off the rental market here, and they can have 15% for running the horse. So I own the asset. They get to run the horse for me. They earn a profit from running the horse. I earn a profit from owning the asset and lending it out to them. So I'm going to go ahead and click list to rent. Going to pop up a MetaMask here. I'm going to come up and I am going to upgrade my gas fee. I'm going to click save. Going to confirm the transaction, come over to my ledger, confirm it down here, confirm it on the ledger. And once again, wait for Polygon to finalize. Polygon's been very slow lately and it's been kind of frustrating. But that's just kind of how it is in these blockchain games right now. When you're working on the blockchain, a lot of times the blockchain can get congested and slow things down a little bit. So just got to wait it out. All right, so sometimes Pegaxy doesn't load properly, but if I come up here to my MetaMask, you can actually see that it was listed to rent out here. So if I go ahead and refresh this, it should show that it is listed to, you can see I now have a take back button, which means that it is now rentable. Okay, so if I come back to back, where I can see my horses, it's still saying transfer, which means it's in my ownership. So I'm gonna go ahead and refresh this here. Okay, so you can see it says take back. So that means it is being rented out and somebody's gonna use it. And if I was to come back here in a few minutes, you would see that this energy count would start going down because somebody else is running with my horse. Now, I did just win 26 Viz here, so let's go see how much that's worth, just to break down what the kind of earnings are on this game right now. So let's search out this Vigorous token. That's the token that you earn. It's worth 4 cents right now, basically. So I just earned 26. So from a bronze, I earned about $1.13. You can see if you win gold, you win about 105 here. So if you win gold, you make about $4.57. And then if you come in second, let me see if I have any seconds here, you get 44. So if you come in second, you earn about a little under $2 right now. And of course, this fluctuates. The market's kind of down right now. You could see it's had times where it's gotten all the way up to 25 cents. So if we ever get back up to those kinds of numbers, these are pretty profitable horses. Let's go ahead and do some quick math here. So you get 25 races per day. My current win percentage is about 30%. So that's about 7.5 wins per day. And the average earnings, let's just call it 50 Viz, right? Because you're going to have some bronzes, you're going to have some silvers, you're going to have some golds. So let's just call it roughly 50 Viz. So let's go times 50. You could expect to earn about 375 Viz per day off of one horse. Roughly, these are just kind of quick numbers. So that comes out to about $16 a day at the current price of Viz right now. All right, so there is one more element that I want to show you up here. If you do own 2 Pegaxys, if you own a male and a female, you have to have both a male and a female, but if you own 2 of them, you can actually breed them and generate more Pegaxys. So if I come up here to breeding, I can't breed my 2 right now because they're out being lent and being raced, but you can actually rent other people's Pegas to breed as well. So if I wanted to rent, let's see, I want to find a breed count of 0, because the way the breeding works is the more breeds that have happened, the more expensive it is to breed it. So something that's been bred 0 times is cheaper to breed than something that's been bred twice already. So if I filter it down to the 0 breeds and only find horses that have been bred no times, you can see it's actually not finding any. People aren't lending those out. So let's see if there's any 1 breeds. Nope, no 1. Oh, here's a 1 breed. All right, so their filters aren't working super hot right now, but here's one that's only been bred out 1 time. So let's go ahead and grab this male that's been bred 1 time. I'm not going to actually breed it. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. And then we need to go grab a female. Let's find another one that's been bred only once, ideally 0 or once. All of these are 2s. I don't know why their filters aren't working. All right, so here's a 0 breed. You can see the rental fee is higher for the 0 breed because the breed cost is going to be lower on those. So let's go ahead and grab this 1 breed here, close out of here. You can click breed, and then it shows you the cost. There's a $13.97 PGX rental fee, and then an 8,000 Viz fee, and then another breeding fee. So there's all sorts of fees. You got to weigh it out, see if it makes more sense to just go buy a new horse on the market or breed one, because those costs are going to weigh out. Typically, it comes out to being slightly cheaper to breed than it is to go and buy one, but it is something you want to weigh out. One of the benefits of breeding your horse is that you actually get to name your horse. The horses that I have, like Ron Weasley, I did not get to name. Whoever bred the horse named the horse. So that is one of the benefits. You can have it randomly generate a name for the horse for you. We would probably generate a smaller name like Marcello and then put Hard Fork GG, so that when this horse gets sold or anybody's borrowing this horse, they could see that this horse is owned by Hard Fork, and it kind of helps spread the brand a little bit. That's how we would probably do the breeding. So that is an overview of the game inside of Pegaxy. We've shown you races. We've shown you how much you can earn from the races. I've shown you how you can breed your Pegaxys and generate more Pegaxys. And I've got my Pegaxys out there being run by somebody else right now. Somebody ideally has this horse and is running it. I'm not seeing this energy go down, so hopefully somebody is taking it and literally running with it right now. We'll see. All right, so next I'm going to talk a little bit about buying a Pegaxy and what you should look for in a Pegaxy. Okay, now when picking your actual Pegas that you want to own and race, there's a few things to consider. So I'm going to go ahead and click over here on Pegas, and we'll see what's listed on the marketplace. Now, the first thing you want to consider is how many times this Pega has been bred. If it's been bred 0 times, as shown by this little heart with a 0 in it, then that's a better one for breeding, because the more times it's been bred, the more expensive each further breed is. So every time you breed, it's a little bit more expensive than the last time. So if you find a Pega that has 0 breeds on it, then that Pega is going to be cheaper to breed in the future. Now, also, if you are planning on breeding, you need a male and a female, so that your best bet is to find a male and a female with 0 breeds already. Now, you can also find ones that are maybe a 1 breed, worst case scenario, a 2 breed. Once you get past 2 breeds, it starts to get almost too expensive, where it just makes more sense to buy the Pegas off the market. So you're looking for a 0 or a 1 breed. Ideal would be a 0 breed. So you could sort down the breed count up here. I like to sort it down to 0 or 1, filter down the breed count, and now it's only going to show horses or Pegas that have a 0 or a 1 breed. Now, the other thing to consider is there are 4 types of Pegas. There's Haas, Capona, Klin, and Zahn. And the Haas is supposedly the better, and the Zahn is the lesser of the horses, but it all seems fairly random. When I race the horses, it doesn't seem like Zahns tend to win more than Haases, or Capona tends to win more than Klins. So I haven't really paid too much attention to that, but in the future, supposedly Pegaxy is going to start weighting that stuff a little bit more, so something to be aware of. When you do want to breed 2 of them, you're always going to get the lower of the 2 breeds. So if you have a male Haas and a female Capona, well, the breed is going to come out as a Capona. If you have a Klin and a Zahn, doesn't matter which one's the male or the female, you're going to end up breeding a Zahn by breeding those 2. So whatever the lowest sort of level one is the one that you will end up breeding. Those are a couple things to consider if you're planning on breeding. If you're just in it for the racing, you want to look for horses that have a high win percentage. So if you're not really planning on breeding it and you don't really care about the breed count, we could get rid of that, and we can look for horses with a high win percentage. Now, looking for a horse with a high win percentage is a little bit tougher, because you do, as far as I know, you do have to kind of click into the horses and look around. So if I click into this one, we could see this one's never raced. It is, I believe, a 0 breed, so that one might be a good one to breed. But if we go to race it, we don't really know what to expect with this one. This one's been bred 3 times. So this is a horse you're probably not looking to purchase to breed, hence the lower price on it. But if I click into it, you could see that it's got a win rate of 22.79, which is, it's decent. It's decent. You could find some that are upwards of 30%. The higher the win percentage, the higher it's going to sell for. Let's go ahead and look into this Monks one here. This one has had no races. That one is also kind of a guess. Here's a 25% win rate. Haas, this is probably a pretty decent horse. You can actually click through and look at the racing history. Hasn't won one in a little while. Last time it raced, it looks like it had a 2nd and a 3rd, a 2nd and a 1st. So you can kind of see their past wins. This one's a decent win percentage. It has a breed count of 2 already, so it will be expensive if you want to breed it again in the future. So things to weigh out and consider. If you want, you can sort completely by price, low to high, And then these ones are auctions, so these are probably not the prices they will end up going for right here. So I like to get rid of the auctions and just go to fixed prices. I don't like to deal with the auctions personally. I just like to know what I'm going to end up paying for the horse. Now you can see the higher the breed count, typically the lower the cost. So this one has a breed count of 3, so you're probably not going to breed this one again here. Let's go ahead and open this one here in a new tab. Take a look, 21% win percentage. That one's okay, but we can probably find better. Let's take a look at this one here. This one has 0 breeds and a 22% win percentage. So this one's not too bad here. You can see that whoever purchased this purchased it back at $958, and now they're selling it for $419. Selling this one at a loss here. This one's at $420. Surprised there's not more at $420, to be honest. It has 3 breeds. You're probably not going to breed this one. 22% win percentage. You know, that's kind of what you're looking at here. Let's kind of go up in the price a little bit here. I'll jump to like page 3, see if we could find some with a little bit better win percentage. So these ones, they all have, this has like a three breeds on it, 22% win percentage. If I find something that's, 25 or up, I'm pretty happy with that one. 22%. You can see that they kind of tend to average out over time right around that 22% rate, which shows you that these races are fairly random. Here's another one that's at 23%. So the horses that have been running for a while, they seem like they kind of average to around 22%. But if you could find one in here that seems to get a much higher win percentage of 30% plus, those ones are probably going to go for a bit higher prices. So let's go ahead and sort by price, high to low, see what we kind of get up here. You have some of these ones that are ultra rare. We don't really need to look at those. So we've got the rarity, we got rare, epic, legendary. It would be nice if I could just filter it to ones that isn't a rare, epic, or legendary. Let's go ahead and just see what we got under the rare. I mean, this person wants $2.5 million for the Pegaxy, so you got some dreamers in here. So this one down here, 888, it's a rare, win percentage of 23%, has 3 breeds. You're probably not going to breed that one again. So just a few things to consider. Now, another thing that you need to know when you're purchasing this Pegaxys is that you're purchasing them with USD Tether, but you need to purchase it with Tether on the Polygon blockchain. This isn't USD Tether on the Ethereum blockchain, so you need to make sure that you bridge in some USD Tether into your Polygon wallet here. All right, so that's what you're going to use to actually purchase this, is these USD Tether on Polygon. Now, the best way I found to get USD Tether onto Polygon is to use this Synapse bridge here over at synapseprotocol.com. And this allows you to bridge in stable coins from any other chain. So we can bridge in to Polygon here. We want to bridge in USDT, not USDC. And let's say I have some USDT or USDC in my Ethereum wallet right now. I could bridge that into my Polygon wallet. Or if I had USDT over on Avalanche, I can bridge that into my Polygon wallet. This bridge works really good to take one stable coin from one chain to another stable coin on a different chain. So I use this. I had some USDT on Avalanche already, and I bridged it from Avalanche into Polygon, and then I had the funds to purchase a couple Pegaxys. And so that's how you bridge it in, and you are good to go. You could start racing your Pegaxys, you could start lending out your Pegaxys, you could start breeding your Pegaxys. There's so many different ways to earn money from Pegaxy. Now, I do have a guild with my co-founders over at Hard Fork Gaming, and we do have guild spots open right now to play Pegaxy using our Pegas. So if you're interested in learning more about our guild, go to hardfork.gg/apply and apply to get a scholarship into our guild, and we will select winners to join the Hard Fork Gaming Guild team and race Pegaxys on our behalf, and we'll share the winnings with you. So if that's something that interests you, hardfork.gg/apply. See you guys there, and let's go race some horses.